What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my WWE hot takes from a year from now. I actually made this video for, what is it called? It was like a little bit after, it was a little before Bash in Berlin, but now we're after Bash in Berlin. We're in September. It's right after SummerSlam, and the reason why I wanted it to be right after SummerSlam is where that's kind of prime position where we see some big title changes, in my opinion. So I do want to talk about this because I think we are primed for a great year of wrestling coming up, especially with Raw going to Netflix in the near future. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be amazing for the future, in my opinion. So let's talk about some hot takes. Let's talk about things that I think is going to happen by next year. Some of them are lukewarm. Some of them are hotter. I think, for example, right here, I have CM Punk here because did anyone else think CM Punk was coming back to WWE in November? I did not. I did not think WWE was going to be able to get CM Punk. I also have CM Punk here because another hot take, that's a semi-hot take that I want to put in here, is I think Punk turns heel by this time next year. That's another hot take that I think makes a lot of sense for the future of Seth Rollins, but that's just me just quickly throwing it in here just to show you some hot takes we'll talk about. So let's start off with Gunther will lose the title at WrestleMania 41. I think a lot of people think that Gunther is going to have this legendary, you know, WrestleMania past WrestleMania 43, he's still holding it. Something crazy, okay? I'm saying 43 as a joke. I think Gunther is going to lose his title at WrestleMania 41, and there's a good reason why. One, I don't think we see Gunther getting the title reign just yet. I think I'm 99% sure Seth Rollins has the longest reigning title reign right now for this new title. The old title, it was Batista, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's wrong. Gunther will probably not get the record. I know he's got the record for IC title. I think it's just going to be time because I think this title is going to come back to Gunther in the near future. I think he loses at WrestleMania 41. I think the reason why is because we're going to see Raw going to Netflix. I think that's going to be a huge thing that's going to happen. And when Raw is going to be in Netflix, we're going to see bigger names. We're going to see huge names. Talking about John Cena, we're going to see Braun Breaker kind of go crazy. We're going to get legends coming back. We're going to see a lot of just new things coming back to wrestling. And the reason why I say he loses at WrestleMania 41 is because I'm expecting John Cena. I'm expecting Braun Breaker. Someone is going to take this title off him so that they can have the title at least for a little bit during this Raw to really cement Raw as this, you know, huge kind of ordeal. For example, I think John Cena is going to be the one to take this off Gunther. Then a lot of people are going to come to Netflix to watch Raw, seeing John Cena with a title. I don't think a lot of people are going to not want to see that. And then John Cena is going to have open challenges. John Cena is going to probably lose his title at SummerSlam. I think it just makes a lot of sense to happen. Up next, we have Obafemi will come to the main roster next year and win a title in 2025. Now, maybe this title win is later on in 2025. I generally am just having this to say I think Obafemi is coming to the main roster and is going to win in 2025, maybe not exactly a year from now. Obafemi is a beast. I was just watching No Mercy, and they talked about how he's only had 21 televised matches ever. I'm pretty sure ever. And he already looks incredible. He puts on banger after banger after banger, where I just want to see an Obafemi and Gunther match in the future for sure. I think that is a legendary match we have to have. The match with Tony D'Angelo recently was amazing as well. The power bombs this guy has. Obafemi is a beast. And just saying that, holding this North American title for a long ass time, and it looks like he is going to just keep holding on to this title. I don't think there's anyone that could take it off of him unless it is a triple threat and somebody pins somebody else. I generally believe that's the only way you can take it off Obafemi right now. I just am so interested to see what will happen. The reason why I think he comes to the main roster is because I think he's proven enough that he does not need to get this NXT title, or he does not need to stay there another year. Maybe they think that maybe another year is warranted, but I think he has everything to really go crazy. And with that being said, I think SmackDown is a perfect place where you put Obafemi. I think it makes a lot of sense to me. And the reason why I said win a title is because I originally said US title. I think that is where Obafemi could be primed to have, truthfully, in my opinion. I think Obafemi, the US title does not look as prestige as what, the IC title is because of what Gunther's done. The US title got defended 3 times when Logan Paul was holding it. I think Obafemi could boost this US title just like how Gunther did. And I think it could be the same way where, SmackDown's such a big show, or Raw's such a big show because there's 3 hours. SmackDown's probably going to get those 3 hours. I know everybody's on Raw, but this could be a huge attraction to go on SmackDown, truthfully. So I'm going to say Obafemi is coming to the main roster and is going to win a title in 2025. If I called that Obafemi wins a title by a year from now and it's the US title, holy crap. Holy crap. Up next, we have more than 3 to 5 legends will come back for WWE Raw. I think the biggest thing that's going to give money in pockets of some of these suits, in my opinion, is going to be the legends coming back. Why do you think John Cena is already announced in 2025? He will be there for Monday Night Raws on Netflix. He wants to be a part of that. I think we're going to see, I'm counting kind of John Cena into the mix of this, so 2 to 4 more. I could see somehow Bill Goldberg returned, or whatever the Palpatine line is. I think that's what we could see. I think we could see, Undertaker. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin is a great example of this. I think we're going to see some legends coming back that is going to have maybe a match or interference in some way that's going to make a lot of sense. I think it's just a perfect place so that people can give that good money that they want. And also Raw be such a big attraction for people on Netflix to come show. I think this works out 100% well. Up next, we have Randy Orton has short title reign / LA Knight will be champion. I have predicted in a lot of videos, and I want to say in most videos, 1, Randy Orton is going to take the title from Cody Rhodes. That's 1. 2, or I guess technically you haven't seen that video yet. You're going to see that video soon. LA Knight is going to be champion in 2025. That is my bold, and I mean bold prediction, that I think in a year from now, we're not just going to see US title LA Knight. We're going to see WWE champion LA Knight. I think LA Knight is primed for a great WWE year. I think with all the rumors of LA Knight is looking like he's going to be the poster boy for SmackDown coming up in 2025, I think they're going to decide, you know what? Maybe it's time to put the WWE Championship on the guy that reminds us like The Rock, that has the charisma, that is amazing at promos. LA Knight is the megastar, and I think that the rumor has it that he's going to get the WWE Championship. So you're telling me a Cody Rhodes to a heel Randy Orton to a heel Randy Orton to a babyface LA Knight doesn't make sense? I don't think I can agree with you when they've already had a little bit of beef looking at Royal Rumble. So I do want to say Randy Orton is going to have a short title reign, and I think LA Knight becomes champion around SummerSlam. I could see it going into maybe they do Bad Blood again, maybe they do Survivor Series, whatever it might be, something like that. Up next, we have The Rock becomes friends with Roman, then turns. So I'm actually super interested to see this kind of bloodline storyline that's about to grow. I think the ultimate goal for 41 is Rock on Roman, but now part of me thinks that because we're not seeing at Bad Blood, is it Roman and Solo we're going to see at WrestleMania, which would just stab me in the heart, man. If that's where we see it, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna actually get pissed. But I think the best way we could do this to really show that The Rock is full heel still, not steel, is The Rock is best friends with Roman, comes back and tries to help Roman out. Rock looks like a babyface for a second, but we all know he is the final boss. He's ruthless. He doesn't care. And then he's going to turn on Roman and say, you lost us all, and then help Solo. I think something like that happened. I thought if a Solo and Roman match happened at Bad Blood, that's how it would happen. It would be Roman in Solo, and maybe Roman loses to Solo because The Rock helped or something like that. And it would lead into a Bloodline War Games. But I do want to say that I still think The Rock is going to become friends with Roman for a second and then turn on him. Up next, we have Ilya Dragunov wins a title by next year. So this is another kind of Obafemi thing where I said in 2025, I think he's winning a title. Maybe later on it could happen. I think the IC title is going to be an interesting point of conflict for Monday Night Raw. There's a few things I think could happen. One, we could have John Cena win it, and then John Cena holds it and gives it on to the next person, which could be Ilya Dragunov. I think at the same time that, if I'm not mistaken, why am I blanking out? Braun Breaker loses it at WrestleMania to Ilya Dragunov. I think then it allows him to go for these huge titles for Monday Night Raw. Something like that's going to happen, but I think you can't take away Ilya Dragunov and not show off his skills for long. We've seen in matches already, he looks like a star. He looks like one of a kind. The fact of the matter is, you're going to make him and he's going to look amazing for you. I think he's already shown that in live shows. They've talked about how Gunther and him have put on bangers after bangers after bangers on these live shows. And now they're just realizing like Ilya Dragunov is one of a kind. I'm excited to see what he does, and I'm expecting a title win next year. I could also see what they usually do, and they wait another year and then give it to him, like how they're kind of doing Jey Uso. Up next, we have Jade Cargill gets pushed or wins Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber, and I have asterisks here because, one, this is the last thing. This is a semi-hot take, but I don't 100% believe it. Two, it's way harder now knowing that they won the tag titles because I think Jade Cargill does get a push. But the part of me is now thinking that with them having the tag titles, I think they lose the tag titles and she's not going to win the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. Instead, she's going to turn on Bianca Belair, and that's where we see this go into WrestleMania. I don't think we see this anymore, but I had it before, and I'm going to stick to my cards and show them and be honest. I think Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber makes a lot of sense for Jade Cargill to have a big year, especially if Tiffany Stratton or Nia Jax is holding it. She could go and really enter the women's debate and really up this women's division. But I would be really interested to see if this still happens with them having the tag titles. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.